Clark's doing damage early for the Hawkeyes. You know she can shoot that three. You gotta close the gap. She's 2 for 3 from the three-point line. Moving without the ball, scoring at the rim, delivering dimes on the money. She's got 3 of those as well. Added the ability to get the hoop and harm. You know when she sets you up right there. She look away, finds Hannah Stokey going to the rim. I mean, she is just unstoppable. You just have to try to make her as uncomfortable as possible.
Yeah, whenever you talk to coaches about how they'll defend, they talk about that. Make it hard on her, but obviously that's the game plan, and hardly anybody's ever done that.
Well, look, and the way that you make it hard on her, and she's seen it all year long, is physicality. It's closing up the gap. You cannot give her any space because she's going to make you pay. And Pam, look, all season long, it's like, who do we compare her to, right? Because we've never seen a women's basketball player like Caitlin Clark. And, you know, it's Steph Curry on the men's side as Taylor Thiele gets 2. But she scores like Diana Taurasi. But she has vision and delivery like Sue Bird. So it's like if you combine those two together, that's like Caitlin Clark right now. Her pace coming off of the screen. She catches her feet, her set. She gets it off quickly.
Stokey foul theory is 7 of Ohio State's 11 points. Ohio State held to single digits in the first quarter for only the 3rd time this year. As they trail 26-9. Stokey again. Count it.
The delivery, it's on the money. Everybody's worried about Caitlin Clark. You send multiple defenders to her. She has an eye on her teammates. You make one mistake, she makes you pay.
Yeah, Mike's missed her or let her go just for a second. Excel now has 2 personal fouls. She's their leading scorer. And Kevin McGuff is keeping her out there. There she is, number 24, guarded by the other 24, Gabby Marshall.
Huddle. Kevin McGuff said, hey, we have to get stops. And I know Iowa is shooting the leather off the basketball right now, but they have to get the stops to play at the pace they want. He said we need fast break points, and defensively, we have to get help side if we're gonna lob, and we also have to get ball pressure on the passer so that lob doesn't come in easily in the paint.
And really, we've seen all season long, that's when Ohio State's at their best, when they can get out in transition, when they can score at the rim.
Now some concern. Sydney Falter fell very hard on her back. Foul on Ricky Harris.
Shot goes up. You can see Ricky Harris backing up, and that bend over is where she gets the call.
Hawkeye fans appreciating Stokey and Falter for their efforts. Clark again, just needs maybe a foot.
You cannot go under a screen on Caitlin Clark. You've got to chase her, force her into a curl, force her into multiple people. There are no shortcuts when it comes to defending her. Under 1, under 2, all day long she's gonna make that.
Thanks, guys, and it has been the Caitlin Clark Show. Charlie Cream thinking maybe Iowa. He's got Iowa right now as a number 2 seed, but this is eye candy right now, what we're seeing.
It sure is, and if they can continue to keep their foot on the gas and spread this margin out, I certainly think they have to be in consideration to move up that line.
Lord Steph White and Chrissy Winter-Scott joining you from not Carver Hawkeye Arena, but
it sure looks like it.
It looks like it, it feels like it, it sounds like it. About 290 miles north of Carver Hawkeye here at Target Center. It's about a 4.5-hour drive, and so many people have made the drive. And so far, they're loving what they're seeing in this Big 10 championship.
As you can hear, after Monica Sonano knocked that shot in, all the Iowa fans are packed thick in here. Matter of fact, Lisa Bluter, the head coach for Iowa, she said, it's like Carver North in this building in Minneapolis, and it most certainly has been like that for the Iowa Hawkeye team. And she said, you just respect them for committing themselves to supporting our team.
Been great fans all season, Steph, right? Over 8,000 season tickets sold down there.
I mean, it's a fun team to watch. You know, certainly there's a limited opportunity to watch like potentially one of the best players to ever play the game as Monica Sonano gets another two. You know, Caitlin Clark's not going to don a Hawkeye jersey forever, so you want to take advantage of the opportunity to watch her. And this is a community in Iowa City that has supported its women's basketball programs since C. Vivian Stringer was there. They love their basketball.
Cody McMahon had to make on the last trip down, that one rimmed out, and now a foul on Warnock, but Sonano, they're continuing to get her the ball inside too.
Well, they're doing a really good job of lobbing over the top of defenders. This was just a mismatch, a miscommunication defensively. Taylor Mikesell caught on Monica Sonano, and this is the difference in a really smart, good offensive executing team. Recognize the mismatch, deliver it in a timely manner.
And that was one of the things that Lisa Bluter wanted to perfect today, was getting that lob in. Conversely, Kevin McGuff talked about stopping it, and Iowa has been executing it, but it helps when Caitlin Clark is doing the passing and the shooting. Sonano with the rebound, a falter back in the game, dribbles out of trouble, and then got fouled by Theory.
Yeah, not a smart foul by Taylor Theory. You can't afford to pick up a second foul. She's one of the best defenders on this team. Got to be a little bit more disciplined in that moment.
And Theory on the all-defensive team for Kevin McGuff. Pulled off the upset of Indiana after being down by 24 yesterday. Very difficult task against an Iowa team that is, they're shooting less than 80% now, down to 79. Another terrific pass. Clark to Sonano.
And that wasn't an easy one to handle. Monica Sonano, great hands to be able to corral that ball and put it in.
And most of the Hawkeye fans, which is by far most of the people in this building, are on their feet now. Harris can't quiet them down.
Ohio State just chucking long-range shot after long-range shot.
Kicked ball takes away the basket. Caitlin Clark disagreeing. Thought she had an assist.
Just watch this pass. It comes so tough. What a tough catch by Sonano. But Caitlin Clark understanding where she has to deliver it, understanding what kind of a pass Monica Sonano can handle.
Stolke comes in, giving Sonano another rest. Monica goes out with 12 points and 5 rebounds.
The last time these two teams met, Clark and Sonano combined for 50.
And right now they are at 29. Foul on Heaven Bristow, the senior from Brooklyn, New York. Providence transfer. Just checked in, and now Caitlin back at the line. The 38th year Champ Week continues on the networks of ESPN. Tomorrow it's the West Coast Conference semis, BYU and St. Mary's, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, and then San Francisco Gonzaga follows that on ESPN2, both available on the ESPN app. Lots of tickets being punched on the women's side. South Carolina with the victory over Tennessee, who had an improbable comeback of their own against LSU yesterday. So many comebacks so far in these conference tournaments. Ohio State, another long-range shot. They are 1 of 11 from 3. See some blood now on the lip of Heaven Bristow.
Ohio State's going to have to find a way to get something going to the rim. It's probably not going to happen on the first side of the floor. Got to get it moving back and forth. Cody McMahon, so good going downhill. Hadn't gotten a lot of touches where she comes off of those handoffs and is able to turn the corner.
Bristow draws the foul on Stokey. The second on her. Best high school player in Iowa last year. Stayed home to play close to home. And it looks like Allison O'Grady's coming in for Stokey, and indeed she is. Addison, sophomore from Colorado. And the luxury up 42-13, where Coach Bluter doesn't even have to think twice about it. You rest her, you get O'Grady in, who usually doesn't get a lot of minutes.
If you're Lisa Bluter, you certainly have that luxury, but you have in the back of your mind how quickly things can change with this Ohio State Buckeyes team. We've seen throughout the course of the season, they're down by double digits and find ways to turn it around. But this is an experienced Iowa Hawkeye team, same starting group for the last 3 years. They understand these moments.
And the travel on Davis, and you only have to, you can have a very short memory on this. You only have to go back to yesterday, right? When they were down 24 to Indiana. Indiana, right? The regular season champs, the top seed, and a team that is number 2 in the country behind South Carolina. Carly Green has them as his second overall seed. Clark draws the offensive foul. Bristow called for that personal foul for Ohio State. Ohio State with 6 field goals in this game. O'Grady, who just came in, finishes.
We saw Iowa this morning in shooting around, really working on that press break, getting the ball to the middle of the floor and then continuing to try to score in transition. They want to make the Buckeyes pay, and so far they've done that.
Clark and Warnock are the only starters in for Iowa. There's a little friendly fire right there as Warnock ran into a falter. Well, just going to get a couple of bruises from this game. 44-15. Caitlin Clark not just scoring, she's assisting.
One of the best in the country, averages over 8 assists a ball game. She just has such great instincts. Her timing is impeccable. She understands who to get the ball to, when to get it to them, how to get it to them. She just makes her teammates better. And she assists on over 46% of their made field goals, and you can certainly see why.
6 assists for Clark so far. We remind you that she did have a triple-double in the regular season matchup against this team in January.
Watch for Caitlin Clark going long right here.
To break the press, Clark, 2-on-1, gives it to a falter. Ohio State thought that was a clean block by Bristow. Instead, a foul has been called. Alicia Brincher, Julie Cromanhook, and Natasha Kamey are officials this afternoon in Minneapolis. Bristow has 3 fouls, so she will head out. Lashikova comes back in for the Bucks. Falter gets them both. Clark doing damage against Ohio State.
I mean, look at those numbers. That's just incredible. Outscoring them, out-assisting them, same number of field goals.
Yeah, that's Ohio State's team numbers for today on the left, and that's Caitlin Clark all by herself there on the right.
This is an Ohio State team that needs to be able to set their press and score in transition. In the half court right now, they're struggling shooting the basketball. They're taking quick shots, not really forcing this Iowa Hawkeye defense to work throughout a shot clock, not giving opportunities to break them down and get high percentage looks.
Sheldon delivered on the line after being fouled by O'Grady. Inside now to Sonano. Walter gets it to Clark. Had room. Caitlin Clark in that regular season game in Columbus, 28 points, 10 rebounds, and 15 assists.
That's the other thing. She's a terrific rebounder. She's 6th in the Big 10 in rebounding.
She's only got one today, but a lot of that is because Iowa's not missing. Sheldon, high degree of difficulty, couldn't get that one to go. Clark streaks down the floor and draws another foul.
Foul called on number 5, Emma Shoemaker. It's her first personal.
Kevin McGuff trying to figure something out in this game. And the shoemate called for that foul. ESPN NBA Sunday night doubleheader starts with Jason Tatum and the Celtics hosting the Knicks, who beat Boston back on Monday. Begins at 7:30 Eastern. Then we've got Memphis and the Clippers. Coverage starts at 7 Eastern with NBA Countdown. Caitlin Clark gets a rest. Played every minute of the regular season game in Columbus. And that's what Cody McMahon can do.
And I think Cody McMahon's got to get some more touches. But watch at the end of this replay how the double comes over, because what does Cody McMahon do best? The spin move. So watch Monica Sonano comes over. Cody McMahon has her eye on her, so she knows not to spin. She splits the defenders, and she gets the opportunity for the and one.
And the first Big 10 freshman of the year for Ohio State since Kelsey Mitchell in 2015. Second team all Big 10 performer this year, such a bright future. And now remember, Caitlin Clark's not on the floor.
Both of those players in Taylor Theory and Taylor Mikesell have 2 fouls. You've got to be more disciplined in this situation. When somebody has the ball, move your feet, keep active hands, but you don't have to go for steals. You want to steal out of these traps, not in these traps.
Very chancy. So Theory, such a valuable player on the all-defensive team, sits down with 3 fouls. Molly Davis at the free throw line. Had her first 3 years at Central Michigan. Caitlin Clark, by the way, already has 21 points. Her 29th game this year with at least 20. Mikesell, first points in a long time. Had a 3 early in this game. And with that bucket, Ohio State finally is outscoring Clark. Who's going to come back in at the next whistle?
Just a little brush screen by Miku Lashikova, getting Taylor Mikesell the little bit of time she needs to knock down the 3.
She's back in the game. Clark strikes me as a player who doesn't want to be on the bench.
Yeah, I can imagine
Like
she's over there antsy, you know, probably saying, hey, you ready for me to go back? You ready for me to go back?
From West Des Moines, Iowa. 22 yesterday in the entire game against Maryland, already 21, and we're not even at the break. Came back this year, used her COVID year, her extra year of eligibility, wanted another opportunity to play with Clark. Unfinished business for this team that was bounced early in the NCAA tournament. Lost in the second round to Creighton.
On their home floor.
Remember, Sonano got a good look at the very end, and probably 90 times out of 100 she would hit that shot. It didn't go in, and the Hawks were upset. So Sonano back again. Purcell. Player that can light it up when she gets going. Most threes in the Big Ten this year. Clark directing Sonano and then told her to go after the screen.
And that's a smart play. She saw how tight Sonano's defender was playing her, told her to slip out of it, and it was able to deliver it.
Sonano and Clark have combined for 36 points now. Another board for Sonano, who is working on a double-double. 41-point lead in a championship game. Clark cleans up her own miss. We still have 2 minutes to go in this half, and Ohio State's already given up the most points they have in any half of the season. 2-on-1. Marshall decides to put it up herself. Clark gets the rebound. And then another assist. Gets it into Kate Martin.
That's just what makes it so tough, Pam.
Wow.
You gotta play her ability to score, but she's such a heady player, an unselfish player that finds her open teammates, and she just can pick you apart.
Caitlin's got 8 assists to go with the 23 points. A minute to go in the first half.
I mean, look at Caitlin Clark tells Monica Sonano to go to the rim. She sees how the defense is playing her. And then coming down and going at the rim in transition, right there for the offensive rebound putback.
Bit of an ambitious pass from Martin to try to lob it into Sonano, and they have a nice little giggle about it.
Number 22, Abby Walker, in for Ohio State.
Because Sonano was fouled. Nikolashikova's first. And Sonano back at the free throw line. Monica back in her home state. She's from Watertown, Minnesota. I'm looking forward to hearing from Charlie Crean at halftime.
Yeah, me too. Does this move the needle for the Hawkeyes if they can sustain this or even expand on it?
It's moved it for me.
Margin of victory is certainly a key component, and there's Caitlin Clark finding Kate Martin in transition.
It's almost like they're playing against air right now.
Well, they're on a mission. Certainly disappointed they didn't compete for a regular season title in the Big Ten, an opportunity to get the tournament championship back-to-back years.
Walker, nope. Martin corrals it, and now Clark. And her teammates can close out a remarkable first half. They need a shot. Clark couldn't get it off in time. Iowa scored 61 points. They shot 72% from the floor. Hit 5 threes. Caitlin's got 23 points and 9 assists to go with 5 rebounds. The triple-double watch is on. Here's Christy Winter-Scott.
Coach, this is the most points Iowa women's basketball has ever scored in a Big Ten game ever in a first half. What do you have to say about the efficiency that your team came out of the gates with today?
I mean, when you shoot the ball at 72% and over 60% from 3, good things are bound to happen. But quite honestly, I really like our defense too. I think we're doing a great job of contesting their great shooters, handling their drives as best as we can.
And defensively, what did you like most about what your effort looked like on that side, because they can't get into their press because they haven't been able to score.
Yeah, we talked a lot about if we get stops, we don't have to deal with the press, and we know their press is really good. I think we've handled the press, though, when we have had to seen it, but getting those stops, again, Gabby, Marshall, Sydney, all four are really working their tails off.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Chris.
Pam?
Thank you very much. Yes, Ohio State only shot 25% from the floor. Caitlin Clark, 23 points, 9 assists. All-State halftime report, John Brickley, Monica McNutt,